Wait, did Abe Carver just completely ruin his entire marriage to Paulina Price by looking EJ DiMera dead in the eye and calling a resurrected ghost his great love? Are you kidding me right now? Welcome back to Peacock TV. Spoilers! Your home for all things Salem, and the only place you need to be for the most explosive daily drama breakdowns. Today is a fantastic day to talk some trash, grab a coffee, and get into the absolute mess happening over at the Carver house. If you are new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you never miss a single plot twist, because things are getting wild. We need to talk about the absolute emotional bloodbath that is currently happening on Days of Our Lives. I am talking about the impossible, agonizing love triangle between Abe Carver, his current wife Paulina Price, and his miraculously back from the dead former wife, Lexie Carver. For weeks, we have been watching Abe look like a deer caught in the headlights, completely paralyzed by a decision he desperately does not want to make. And now, the actors themselves, the legendary James Reynolds and the iconic Jackée Harry, are opening up about why this storyline is tearing everybody apart. If you ask me, the writers are giving us pure, unadulterated soap opera gold for Sweeps Month, but they are also torturing one of my favorite characters in the process. Let's break down the raw facts first. According to a recent interview with Soaps, James Reynolds made it very clear that Paulina's incredible compassion is actually making Abe's situation infinitely harder. Reynolds explained that Paulina's depth of love for Abe is so profound that she is willing to go against her own self-interest just to see him happy. In theory, that sounds beautiful and romantic. In practice, on our television screens, it is emotionally devastating to watch. We know from the sneak peek photos for the Thursday, May 21 episode that Paulina and Lexie are finally coming face to face. Just picture the oxygen leaving the room when these two powerhouses stare each other down. We also know Paulina is packing her bags and telling Abe she is moving out. But do not think for one single second that she is rolling over and playing dead. When Jackée Harry was asked if Paulina would fight for her man, she immediately shot back with a massive, "Heck yeah," and then literally laughed and added, "And she's thirsty." I honestly believe that energy is the only thing keeping this storyline from becoming completely depressing. Paulina is deeply heartbroken, yes. She feels like she might have already lost him because Abe's rigid ethical compass is taking over. But Paulina has pride. She is a self-made, successful woman. She is not going to just politely disappear into the wallpaper while Abe sorts out his messy feelings. She is going to fight, and I am 100% on Team Paulina. Let's be real for a second and talk about Abe Carver's behavior, because I am about to drag him. I love James Reynolds. The actor is an absolute legend and he is acting his heart out, but Abe the character is making me furious. Reynolds mentioned that Abe deeply loves both women, which is why he looks physically exhausted every time someone walks into his living room. He said it is pure luck to find someone as devoted as Paulina. But then Abe turns around and has a private chat with EJ DiMera, of all people, and actually calls Lexie his great love. Hold on a second. You do not say that out loud when you are currently married to a woman who stood by you through memory loss, political scandals, and near-death experiences. That is a massive slap in the face to Paulina. You can love your past without completely disrespecting your present, Abe. And we have to talk about Theo Carver. I cannot stand what the writers are making Theo do right now. Tyler Joseph Andrews is doing a great job playing the emotional beats, but Theo is acting like an entitled, manipulative brat. We have spoilers showing Theo cornering his dad at the Bratty pub, aggressively pushing Abe to choose Lexie. I get it. Theo wants his original mommy and daddy back together. He had that tearful, emotional hug with Lexie at the hospital, and he is thrilled she is alive. But Theo is a grown adult. He needs to back off and stop treating his father's current marriage like it is some temporary inconvenience. Paulina has been incredibly good to Theo, and for him to just toss her aside like yesterday's garbage is infuriating. I want Paulina to give Theo a serious piece of her mind. Here at Peacock TV, spoilers, we've been tracking this storyline, and we think the writers are banking heavily on nostalgia, but they are ignoring some major historical facts. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Abe is walking around acting like Lexie was this flawless, perfect angel who was tragically taken from him. Have we all collectively forgotten who Lexie Carver actually is? She is Stefano DiMera's daughter. Nikki Crawford is absolutely killing it in the role right now, bringing this stern, serious energy to Lexie, but let's not pretend Lexie's past is spotless. Do you guys remember the tunnels? Do you remember her affair with Tet Kramer? Lexie put Abe through absolute hell back in the day. She was constantly torn between her love for Abe and her dark loyalty to the DiMera family. For Abe to put her on this untouchable pedestal while treating Paulina like a consolation prize is pure revisionist history, and I am not buying it. I honestly believe this whole situation is a ticking time bomb, and EJ DiMera is holding the detonator. Why did EJ bring Lexie back in the first place? We know EJ is currently fighting a massive war with his siblings, Chad and Kristen. EJ is always playing three-dimensional chess. He didn't just resurrect Lexie out of the goodness of his heart. There is a catch. There is always a DiMera catch. What if this Lexie isn't even fully Lexie? We are talking about days of our lives here. We have seen microchips, brainwashing, doctor, Ralph's crazy serums, and literal clones. What if Lexie is programmed to spy on the Salem Police Department? If you ask me, Paulina needs to stop packing her bags and start hiring a private investigator. She needs to team up with someone ruthless, maybe even Anna DiMera, who we know is already furious about getting pulled back into DiMera chaos. Imagine Paulina and Anna teaming up to expose whatever shady science EJ used on Lexie. That would be television gold. The heartbreak in this storyline is inevitable, and the actors know it. When the interviewer asked if Abe could somehow keep everyone happy, Jackée Harry just said, "Ooh," and James Reynolds bluntly stated, "We didn't talk about happiness." That right there is the chilling truth. This stopped being a cute romance the second Lexie woke up. Somebody is going to walk away from this completely shattered. If Abe chooses Lexie, he destroys a woman who gave him her entire soul when he had nothing. If Abe chooses Paulina, he has to look the resurrected mother of his child in the eye and reject her after she literally clawed her way back from the grave. There is no winning. I think the writers are going to drag this out through the entire summer. We are going to get weeks of stolen glances, arguments at the Bratty pub, and Paulina drinking martinis while crying to Marlena. But I want to know what you guys think. I have made my stance very clear. I am Team Paulina all the way, and I think